Hey guys, day one of the video. Anyways, want to introduce you guys to Kazuya, my GT386. So, what we have done, or what I have done so far, is I blew the motor about 2 years ago, and I tried rebuilding it, and I ended up did go well when I rebuilt it, but it wasn't starting at all. But while I was still trying to fidget with it, I ended up just saying, you know, why don't we just go for something else? Why don't we just go for something that has more power naturally aspirated? Because I'm a huge NA person with my cars. And so what we did is I got myself the Subaru engine from the EZ30 30R, also known as the EZ36, and ended up putting this nice, beautiful engine inside. So what I have done too is I threw in some radium fuel rails, a custom fuel line system, grams fuel pressure system, fuel dampeners, OEM engine mounts, OE manual transmission from the GT86. I just finished doing the starter motor before. Now it's just trying to fidget with everything else and get started on the electronics. That's including the engine harness as well. This is also going to be done as well, but I need to figure out how to get everything situated on the whole system first. So I need to reread the instructions and then get started on putting this car together. It's almost there. What else has been done to it? I also changed out the steering wheel and the seats. I actually sold my seats that were in there before. It was Sparco seats. I forgot what they were called, but I ended up selling them because I wanted to get something that was actually basically hug me in whenever I corner pretty hard. Along with this car, I also have myself a set of SSR Type Cs. Not many people still have them, and they're pretty expensive, so I hope I can still keep these wheels. If not, we'll see what I can get for the upgrade. Alright, so for today, we are going to go ahead, get the coolant lines taken out. They're pretty old on there, almost like as if they were welded, so I got to go and grab my grinder, grind off the base of it, and then go ahead and slap everything in. So let's get to it. Great. One battery out. There's the other battery. Alright, now we made some progress. Are you kidding me? Almost there. We're almost there. Alrighty, now we went ahead, got that hose out and this hose out. Now all it is now is just to measure it. So without further ado, let's start measuring. Hey Siri, pause the music. So my method on it is to see where fits where. So far, with this whole system here, this might actually fit just right, but it's like right over the hose. So maybe apply a little bit of some heat and we can go ahead and have it spread out a bit, put it in, and it should be good. A nice tight seal is what I want on this car. I don't want no leaks, I don't want no problems. I just want this car to become a gnarly car. Also, to add on top of this, this car is actually probably number 4th of the build right now in the world. I've been trying to keep tabs with some of the other racers or tuners across the globe, and so far we have one that's in Europe, and that guy uses it for circuit racing, and he was the second one after the very first original engine EZ30 swap guy, and that guy is from Japan. He did his the same way, but he got hit. He's been trying to push his up to 300 horsepower, and that was about 2 years ago that I last looked at the schematics and everything. There was no information on this car, or there was no information on this swap, to be more specific, on how to do this, and I just went in blind on it, and I just guessed everything and lied to myself, thinking like, hey, this is gonna fit, and I pushed myself into it, and I'm like, you know, this car may not fit, but we're gonna try to make it fit. Now it fits inside the car. We got the engine mounts in perfectly. It's connected to the transmission and the starter motor, which is like unknown amount of success right there. Now it's just the wiring and the exhaust. The exhaust is what's gonna probably hold me back a bit. I'm actually talking to a few other people about this, and to see how much it's gonna cost for me to get a whole custom exhaust system. I've talked to a guy in Australia. I got his measurements on the engine mounts, or not on the engine mounts, on the exhaust system, and it does not fit it. And then I tried another one in California, and I looked at the pictures so much, it's not gonna fit either. So I actually came in contact with someone out in my home, or in my home city right now. This is my hometown, and not my hometown, but the city where I live at now. I actually contacted one of them, and I'm gonna go ahead shoot them an email tonight on any updates, or any any updates on their quote for this car, because pretty soon, and I mean like really soon, once I have my new place, this is going to be in another storage, but down there, and since this is like almost there, it's going to be worked on most of the time, and there's going to be more videos of this, and there's going to be more videos in the gym. Okay, so I went ahead, tried to put this in, and it just about fits, but the main issue is that my heat gun I can't find, so we may have to order a new one, and I gotta also charge up my some of my batteries too, so they can go ahead, so I can use them. I used my batteries last trip I came up here, and I used almost all of the batteries, because I had to finagle with the transmission again, and then I had to fit angle with the one of the socket holes, or one of the holes for my bits to fit in. What else that I needed to do? I also needed to, there was a few other things I needed to do, and I used almost all of my power tools. Oh, I also did the steering wheel with it too, so that was another thing. But it's almost there. Now that I know that this is that I would need the whole hose that at the same size, I can actually work with it. I'm gonna see about getting a reducer with a T-hose, something like the same as this hose here. Same thing as this hose here. Of course, you see the 1 inch diameter hose right here, and then it has about 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead, look on. These parts are from HPS, and I just want to give a huge thanks to my parts dealer, K&A Racing, and to also provide me most of the parts too. Most of the parts were from K&A Racing. I got my air oil separator from him. And what else did I get? I also got my tires, my suspension, everything, including the radiator from him. And I couldn't say anything less about him, and I really appreciate how he was able to go around his pricing. So if you want to go ahead and order yourself some parts, whether if it be if you're a JDM enthusiast or a European enthusiast or whatever kind of car enthusiast you are, go ahead. Description's below. Also, I want to give out a huge thanks to Vivid Racing, to Travis Williams. I really appreciate Travis so much, and I actually went out racing with him before, and I really do like his intellect and his inputs on everything that I've done to my car before. So I don't have anything negative to say about both of them and the companies. So now that the main issue that I now came across with is that these hoses that I bought, they're not the same size as these. So now I got to figure out the whole diameter for it, but it looks like it could actually fit the smaller end of the hose. So now that I know that, I'm gonna probably have to order some new ones. And so this is a little bit of a pickle, but at the same time, no need to worry. I also had the same issue with my intake hose. This is a intake hose that I bought to try to fit the outer size of my throttle body, but again, it does not fit. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this one out, and we'll see where we can go from there, because without those we might have an issue here. Yeah, we're gonna probably have a huge issue, but at the same time I have a few other things I'm gonna go ahead and source out for really quick, and then if I can't get to it, then we're gonna go off to the second part of the day, which is just going to go work out. And so let's get to it.
We not worried about no other niggas. We the mother niggas. You bust down a rollie, I bust down a brick, then I flood a nigga. I am not too big compared to you rappers. Easy does it, nigga.
So, starting off with a warm-up. This is the last routine for Alex Eubank's routine. I've been on it for about maybe 4 months. It's been doing pretty good. Gained a good 10 pounds for the past 4 months. And shit, I like it. But the next routine I'm going to be on pretty soon, it's been running on IFBB Pros, because this year and starting next year, I'm gonna go and start competing for bodybuilding because I got nothing else to do with life. So got a lot of free time on my hands. Time to just get pretty strict with my eating and my exercising. Build as much as I can for naturally aspirated, or thinking of cars right now. Going natural for bodybuilding. So starting with the warm-ups, it consists of 3 sets of 10. Doesn't matter what the pace is, just as long as you get knocked out 10. So. The next part of the warm-up, it's going to be, well, here's the warm-ups, and then here's the start of the exercise, which I need to catch up on. So the total amount for it is dips, and then 2 sets of 20 on the lat raises, and that's just to kind of start exhausting yourself a bit. And then to start off with the workout, it's 4 sets of 12 of seated machine shoulder press. I'm over at my old gym, so there's not a machine at all for it, as far as I can tell. So we're just going to go ahead and use the barbell instead for it, and just increase the weight from there. I already did 2 sets of 165, and so we're going to go ahead and get started on the last 2. Right now, the 3rd set is consistent of 95 pounds, and then after that, we'll bump it up to 110. That 3rd set was actually pretty tough. I haven't done barbell press in like forever. When the last 2 sets, I had to actually take a quick break because my shoulder was actually kind of falling on my right. I already have an impingement on my left, and so this is kind of new to actually deal with on my right. So I have to take a quick little break. And like at least 5 seconds. But next is, I believe, what's the next one? Dumbbell shoulder press with dumbbell lat raises as a superset. So both are 3 sets of 15. And after that, we got our next set of 4 sets of 18 face pulls. And then the last 2 sets, they're going to be drop set. So the workout, it consists of, this week, consists of a lightweight and high reps. About 2 weeks ago, so this is like a cycle with Alex Eubank's routine. He consists of 2 weeks of heavy weights and low reps, and high reps and light weights. So since this is the last week I'm doing his routine, it's actually going to be light weights a bit more, but you're going to be increasing the weight every week. So with this last week, I've been increasing the weight by like 5 pounds at least. But if I can't do it just because of my shoulder, I just drop it down to 5 pounds and I just stick to that. But I try to go slow on the pace. It probably doesn't look like it's slow on your side, but to me it feels like it's slow. So just as long as I feel that tension on my shoulders and up on my traps, that's all I am just worried on for the duration of the sets.